Okay, this is the egg activity. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting an egg in some vinegar. Then 2 days later, we're going to transfer it to some corn syrup and making observations at each step. Before we begin, as always, we want to gather some information. So you'll notice that this is a regular egg. It is a raw egg. It has not been cooked. It has a shell. It's white. Lots of things that you already know about eggs. Vinegar is a clear liquid, has a strong odor. Some of you may know that it's an acid. Corn syrup is a much thicker, if you want to get really scientific, we use the word viscous. Any liquid that's really difficult to pour, it's very thick like maple syrup. So, as I said, the first thing we're going to do after you make your hypothesis is put the egg into the vinegar. You may want to pause the video at this point so that you can write down your hypothesis. Okay. As we put the egg in, if we look closely, you will notice that it's bubbling and fizzing as that vinegar is touching the surface of the egg. We would have left this for 2 days and let that reaction go. We are now going to show you what it would look like 2 days later. 2 days later, all that bubbling and fizzing, we realized might have been the remainder of the shell, and there was some white foam on top. And if I carefully take the egg out, you'll notice that the egg is much larger. Also, the original volume that we were working with was 150. If your lab says some other number, please change it to 150 for today. And you'll notice now that the volume is down somewhere between 100 and 125. So a significant decrease in the volume of the vinegar. We then rinsed off the egg and placed it into some corn syrup, which is the thick and viscous material we were telling you about. After 2 days, this is what it looked like. So again, it was in the vinegar for 2 days. We rinsed it off, put it in the corn syrup. This was the last stage of the experiment. After 2 days in the corn syrup, notice the volume increased, and you can also see 2 distinct layers. So that might not just be just corn syrup anymore. Also, the egg, after 2 days in the vinegar, was very firm and full and large. This one is much more deflated, as you can see.